Some things should be said.
Or shouldn't.
Oh, it's on.
With Juan
and Sean. So if you listened to our last episode on the Hollywood mogul and power-having movie people using their position to get things from women and men, at the end you heard Juan bring up some issue he had with the union. So today's episode number 20 on Oh, It's On!
With Juan
and Sean, we're doing this spontaneous episode because I want to hear what Juan had to say about the union.
Bam. Okay, so here goes.
He said, bam!
Bam! JJ. Only those from Band JJ will get it, but the thing is, I want to talk about the union. So, before I even go into it, Sean, I just want to get your experience from the first time you heard that your casino was going to go union.
Well, first off, I was mad because it meant that I had been in a union before, and I know people abuse the system. And once they said, "Oh, hey, we're gonna go," wait, are you talking about before the vote or after the vote?
Before the vote.
Before the vote. First off, nobody told me there was going to be a vote, and I was on call, and I was off for like a week, and they had the vote during that time period, and nobody ever told me about the vote. So there's that. But I was pretty vocal about being anti-union, so of course they don't want me to go vote. So, but dude, it was annoying because these guys would not work so they could talk about the union. They would have meetings in the back while those of us that were supposed to be working in the back were working the front because either guys were worried about the union or they really wanted it and they really wanted to put their 2 cents in on how the union can make everything better. And from the get-go, I was just like, for me, it's horrible. I think that I'm an adult and I can represent myself. And the first thing that I hate about unions is that they make sure everybody gets paid the same, like everybody does the same amount of work, which is not true by any means on every job I've ever had. So, how long do you want me to go?
Okay. Now, did you have a choice to either opt out of the union or you had to be part of the union?
Oh, geez. I never signed the paper. I'll say that.
Okay.
Because what happened is after the union was voted in, like 4 people I worked with, hey, did you go sign up for health benefits? I was like, I don't want them. Well, why? I don't need them. I don't want to be part of that system. And if I really need something, I can go to the VA, even though I won't. But I won't now. I did a couple times, but I was just like, I think that if I don't like what the company isn't providing me, then I need to go find somewhere else to work. And they were like, why? And I was like, okay, fine, to shut you up, I'll go talk to them. And the first thing the lady says to me, you need to sign this paper. And she hands me a piece of paper. On the top, there's a big box that says yes, with a check mark next to it. And then below, it said something like, I want to be part of the union, or the union needs to come in here, right? And then there's a yes and a no. But I pushed it back and I said, I don't want this. And then she goes, you need to sign the paper. And I said, I don't need to sign anything. What are you talking about? She goes, you need to sign this paper. And I pushed it back one more time. I was like, I don't want the health benefits. That's what I was told. I told this was about health benefits. I'm here to reject your health benefits, but you're just handing me a piece of paper that says, yes, I want to be in the union or something. This has nothing to do with health benefits. I'm here to tell you I don't want health benefits. Some other lady comes over. So you must have never worked in a casino before, have you? And like, I almost went red. I was like, you just think I'm some dumb guy because I don't want to sign this paper right now? I just walked off and I never dealt with them again. 'Cause,
So on your paychecks, was there like any union
No.
dues being taken out?
no, okay, yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. I was starting to get mad. No, I never here. No, not in Nevada. In the previous union I was in, you had to pay the dues. You could sign paperwork to say that you will be opting out of the union, but you still had to pay the dues.
Okay.
So you paid the dues, and then you could opt out, which means that if anything happens, they won't do anything for you, but you have to pay the dues anyway, which
Got
is
it.
dumb as
Yeah.
all hell.
Okay, so like I was telling you, okay, as I was in California visiting family out there, I was out there for a good 2 weeks or so.
So this is in March.
It's like about March, because after they let us go,
Oh my God, I'm so interested.
and so I'm there and I'm watching. The news is on because I really don't have TV here. But over there, it's like visiting parents, blah blah blah. This was before they even says like, oh, now it's really fucking don't get next to people because it's killing the old.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. But the news comes up. It's like, yeah, there's a big lawsuit going on that people are suing the union because of what you said. It's like they don't want to be part of the union, but they're taking their money.
Yeah.
And so to me, I was like, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, I need to bring this up to Sean, because now Sean actually explained, that you can opt out, but they're still taking your money.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, what's more worse than a fucking mafia?
Yeah.
And a fucking,
And that's in California?
That was in California.
Dang, were they already if you
I guess
make,
it was like what do you call like that? We kind of had that with I'm not even gonna say it, with Boyd Gaming, because they were trying to fuck us on our hours, and so there was like that big old fucking what do you call it when you get a bunch of people
class action lawsuit?
class action lawsuit. So that's what they're doing with the union out there. I don't know what company it was or what kind of business it was that was doing it. But a lot of people, it's like, we don't want this, and they're taking our money.
Yeah.
So they were suing the union.
Yeah, I don't understand that. To me, it makes no sense.
I can understand like the union part, because you're only the union will only say, it's like, well, my job only says I can do this.
Yeah.
So for example, like with the union bartenders, it's like, and I hear it all the time from bartenders. They're like, yeah, it's like, I'm just a bar back. And it's like, what does that mean? It's like, my job is to just make sure this bar, the bartender got ice, there's beers in the coolers. Someone asks for a drink. I was like, the bartender will take care of you. I'm like, does the bartender help you put stuff away? No. His job is just to bartend. And then you got bar porters. Their job is to make sure they bring the beer up or the liquor, blah, blah, blah. So everybody has like their own set. It's like you can't really go above and beyond to show your actual, what actually you could do for a company.
Yeah.
Now with the union, it's like, hey, can I get like some, let's say I see a housekeeper. Hey, can I get like some housekeepers? Like, oh, no, it's not my job. I got to go you need to call a porter or you need to call somebody else. Yeah. And they'll just walk away.
Yeah.
It's like the worst service ever. You're like, what the fuck?
I have seen that.
And they'll just say that to you. It's like, it's not my job. Yeah. It's like, well, can you get somebody who, their attitude, like, I'm going to call my union representative now, because this guest here just made me feel like I was a porter. I was someone who cleans this or that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
My first experience, before I even moved to Vegas, this is a long time ago. This is a long time ago. But I was in Vegas. I was at Harrah's before they were owned by Caesars. And I was playing at one of those, it's the roulette table, but you have your own screen. And there's the dealer. The roulette guy rolls the ball, but you're not throwing chips around. That's how I learned to play roulette, because like the whole, like it's kind of intimidating when there's thousands of dollars on the table. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah. So that's a good way to learn, was playing through that game. And this cocktail waitress came up, and she's like, do you need anything to drink? Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, she came up, do you need anything to drink? I said, yeah, I'll have a Guinness, because I was drinking a lot of Guinness at the time. And I tipped her pretty good. And because I wanted to drink, and those tips go a long way here. And so she brought me my drink, and I finished the drink, and then I'm looking around like, where's she at? And I saw some other cocktail waitress. She was walking by me, and I'm like, hey, sorry to bug you, but I just need another drink if possible. And she goes, oh, have you been waiting a long time? And I'm like, well, I drank my beer. I didn't chug it, but I didn't nurse it. So I finished my drink, just like another one if possible. She says, well, I can't serve you because the union doesn't have this area slotted for me. So your waitress must be on break or something. And I was like, what does she mean? Like, so my girl goes on break. Who knows how long she's on break for? And the union said that the waitress that's here right now that can get me a drink, I can't get a drink from her because the union says no.
Correct.
And I was like, that's dumb. Like, I was like, is she happy about this? Because I would have tipped her too. But that was my very, very first introduction to unions. And it's almost been downhill from there.
Yeah, because there it's like you're just like basically just standing around and waiting with the union. You know, it's like, oh, well, guess what? My job classification does not require me to touch this. So I got to wait for somebody from that job classification to just move it from this end to the other end. Or because if I touch it, I may get hurt and then it's going to be my fault and blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, dude, like, the one union job I had here was a bellman. And we moved bags. And okay, it's cool if you're proud of your job. But to act like nobody else can touch a bag and move a bag as good as you is a little ridiculous. And so security would have a party going on in a room and they need to get those people out. Or, you know, they're kicking people out and they have a bag. The person doesn't want to carry the bag, or they can't carry the bag, so they got to call a bellman. There was a couple times when security guards got in trouble because they just want to get the person out of there because they're being unruly or something. The security guard would be pulling the bag to get them out to a cab, and that security guard would get in trouble because you didn't call a bellman, where it was sometimes it would have to wait 20 or 30 minutes because bellmen didn't want to go do those. It's funny because they don't want to do them, but they'll call and get somebody in trouble if they do their job for them. And I'm just like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, why do you want to go up into a hostile situation? You might get a tip. You might get a tip doing anything, but it's not. It's funny because, God.
I'll tell you right now, dude, if security's escorting me out, I ain't tipping nobody.
Yeah. What the heck? My voicemail on my phone just called me. But you know what, though? I was surprised. Sometimes I got tips. He was this little fat white rapper guy.
What?
Yeah, he was wearing a jersey that went down to like his ankles, and he had a gut, and he just kept going, Snapchat me that, Snapchat me that, Snapchat me that, and he got kicked out of the hotel. And he gave each security guy $100, and he gave me $100. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? Apparently, he owned a whole bunch of weed stores or something.
Oh shit!
So he was not doing bad financially.
Yeah.
And I think he was one of those. There's a lot of situations where the people getting kicked out was because they rented the room. There would be other people that were in there causing problems, but because it's his room, you know,
he had to
he's
go.
responsible. And some people like understood that. Other people would just get really mad. I didn't do nothing. Well, you've let them into your room. But anyways, so we get back on the unions. Well, that union I was in. When I had to pay the dues, but I didn't want to be the part of the union, and their excuse for it is dumb. Well, you're benefiting off of us because we're here, and I'm like, well, I'm not here because of you. especially the one here in Vegas, because I was already working there for a year before they even came in.
Yep, that is true, huh?
And
that is so true.
And I'm like, I never invited you. I never needed you to represent me. And even with you being here, things are the same. I mean, we don't have to.
We just got lazier, but
yeah, we don't have to do a few things now. I don't know. To me, I don't want to go to work and not do anything. I don't want to do anything that's so out of my job description that I don't know what I'm doing. Or if you're going to ask me to run something I don't know how to run it, or like if I was a bellman and they said, "Oh, that bar needs a bartender," I'd say, "Hey, sign this piece of paper waiving me of any mistakes that I make, and I'll go do it." Like
I'll do it. It's like, look, I only sell beer on my side because that's all I know. What, a Cosmo? I got a Kirtland Session IPA. I got a beers here. Take your pick on beers.
Yeah, and I when I say I sign that paper, I'm like, okay, so I've never bartended before. So if somebody gets mad that I don't know what a rusty boner is or some weird drink, like, don't get mad at me for not knowing.
Some people order an old fashioned, it's like, motherfucker, I know you don't drink old fashions. You just wanted to be cool because you got like some fucking 20-something-year-olds or fucking young little 30-year-olds. It's like, you never drank a fucking old fashioned in your fucking life. You're only here. You want to be cool, and so I made it the right way. And they're like, their face was like cringing. They're like, "Can you add more? Make it more sweeter?" Like, what the fuck?
And she's like, "I would like a slippery nipple."
No, but these are guys.
I know, but the girl is
the girls. Oh, I don't mind making a little. I like to make them a little buttery, little buttery nipples, or little blowjobs. Here you go, take the shot. No, can't touch with your hand. You got to use your mouth.
So yeah, like more of union stuff. When I was a flight attendant, there was a time. So we had pagers. We're supposed to get a page if they call us and we don't pick up the phone. One time my pager went off before my phone went off, and at the time I was in the basement of a house that was right by JFK, the airport in New York. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, because there's so much radio traffic and stuff or something, or planes would fly right over the house, and I think that messed up self-service for a little bit or something. Self-service wasn't perfect in the house. So we would I got a page one time before I got a call, and I went in, I called him back. They said, "Hey, come in." So I went in. I'm in the crew lounge, and I just mentioned to one of the other flight attendants, like, "Yeah, my pager went off before my phone went off. Not a big deal." What? I look over. There's a woman sitting in a chair at a table next to me, looking like a groundhog, sticking his head out of the hole. What? What happened? I was like, "Oh, just my pager went off before my phone did today." She stood up. She reached into her bag. She grabbed a notebook. She said, "What's your name? What's your employee number? When did this happen? I need to know." And she wrote everything down. And the whole time I'm like, I was so dumbfounded. I was like, is this really happening?
Is she taking her pants off right now?
Yeah.
What the hell?
And yeah, dude, she made this biggest fit over the fact that my pager went off before my cell phone did. Didn't ask me, maybe, was your phone off? Or something. She didn't ask me anything about maybe what would have happened. It was just, the company is wrong because that happened. And I was just like, really, like, I wasn't complaining. I just said, "Oh yeah, my pager went off before my cell phone did." And she lost her mind. And I'm like, is this the purpose of, is this where my money's going, to this woman and to people like this? And like I said, dude, people are calling sick all the time. And I ended up quitting because everybody was abusing that sick policy, and I was at the bottom. I never moved up. But that's another thing I hate about union, is there's seniority.
Yeah, no matter what, dude, if position opens up. Let's just say there's myself and there's another worker. I'm busting my ass. I'm working hard, going above and beyond. And I got this lazy ass. Let's just say just because he got hired, let's say he got hired one day before I did. Now he has seniority. So when the positions opens up, I go to management. Hey, man, I really want that position. Well, because of the union, I can't give it to you. I got to give it to this piece of shit to take over. Yeah. And that just shows, why, like, let's say if you go into like a casino right now, it's union, and you get shitty service, it's because of the union.
Yeah.
The union tells the people, it's like, yeah, you could be a piece of shit. As long as you don't commit anything, create anything like major or do something. Yeah. Then you're safe.
There was one guy I worked with that he'd show up to work like once or twice a week. He had a full-time position. He had like the best shift, but he was hardly ever there. For one reason or another, I don't know for sure, so I won't say. But one day, they caught him, I think, on Facebook, and he was at a sports game, and he was claiming FMLA or something. So it's like, well, okay, he should be gone. And dude, for like 9 months, this guy's name was on the daily roster, just crossed off because he wasn't showing up because the union was fighting for him to keep the job. And I was just like, hey, this guy doesn't show up to work anyway. Like, if you're on FMLA so much that you're only at work 20 or 30% of the time, maybe you need to find another job, because what's the point of having you there? But the union's like, well, we're getting his $50 a month. Yeah. We need that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if you look at it, the union, they are profiting off these.
They're not doing nothing, and they're making tons of money.
Exactly.
It's just like the government. It's like they're writing a contract. They have contract negotiations. But you know what I think about? I think about all the time and effort and energy that was spent getting the union into the hotel I was in. Hours, thousands of hours of negotiations, hours spent in the back, bellmen talking to each other about what they're going to do, how things are going to work, convincing people to vote for them. And then there's the whole transition period. How much time is that being spent? All the time. Did you see the video of the union people from other properties sitting out on Harmon Avenue blocking traffic?
Yeah.
Like, all of that time and energy, all of the money that people went to jail, I'm sure the union bailed them out. All of this time and energy spent on so some people can get some health insurance and they don't have to work as hard. If you spent all of that time and energy on just making the world a better place or making your life better, instead of like coercively manipulating a corporation or a company to make it so a handful of people have life better, I feel like if all that energy was redirected just to make yourself better, and maybe if you, that's the thing that I have the biggest problem with is everybody trying to force the companies to be better. But what if you were just better and you created a better company? And how much could you change the world that way? Because if you had the best hotel in Las Vegas, you paid the best, you treated your people the best, and now people don't even want to even think about working for another company. Everybody's coming to you. All those other companies are going to have to entice those people to come back. Otherwise, they won't have anybody working for them. But people don't want to work that hard because it takes a lot of work and time and effort and sacrifice to get into a higher position. But they would rather just force somebody else to have to be what they want them to be. And if you're not going to make your situation better and you make yourself better, and you're going to only make yourself better by putting somebody else down, you're not making anything better. If that makes any sense.
Dude, okay, after all this talk that you did, once coronavirus is over, we need to make a skit. I mean, like a skit, because, okay, it's, what I'm saying, like a little skit, like a short, throw it online,
Yeah.
people to watch. Because here, I don't know about the rest of the other states, but here in Nevada or here in Las Vegas,
Nevada,
in these unions, casinos, when you get hired, you go through a process. So it's like the first process is like a group interview. So there's like you with fucking 20, 30 other motherfuckers in there.
Yeah.
And you all got to try and, kind of play the little fucking, dancing monkey. Hey, look at me, hire me, blah, blah, blah.
And don't be like one guy I was in a group interview with, and he said, "I'm here because my parents want me to get a job." That's how, and he didn't get the job. So I'm sorry. Don't do that.
I kind of want to do something like that, but like throw the union in, like keep raising my hand. It's like, so if we get hired, we're with the union, right? And, because I remember going through that, and she was asking, well, what have you done, outside of your job that you helped the community with? I just want to raise my hand and say again, well, does the union require us to like go above and beyond if we're like in a, how do you say, seniority kind of level?
Yeah.
And like have like a person like what they're like kind of looking like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Do a little quick skit like that.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I bullshitted. I mean, when I sat there, it was like, oh yeah, what I do, I participate in this one after school activity. I can't remember the damn school because Tommy needed help filming for like his little cousin or sister or something like that, like to film for their classroom. Some fucking school by around here.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, I show them how to do filming and anything, bring out their creativity. I bullshitted. I mean, I literally lied.
Yeah.
And it felt good because it was like I was trying to like hook up with this chick doing the interview. But that's it.
So yeah.
Sweet and to the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't. I can see maybe the point of a union in either highly skilled or highly dangerous jobs. But if your job is to move a bag from a car to a room and you're not happy with what you're being compensated to do that, then why are you? I don't know, dude. It blows my mind that people think they're so much more important than they are. Like, when I had full coverage health insurance, I was in Iraq in a armored personnel carrier carrying 100 pounds worth of gear in friggin' hot sweat, busting my butt for 20 hours a day. And then that's how I got my health insurance. And then I come back here and some guy goes, these 3 bags, they weigh like 40 pounds. I want
back up.
Yes, dispatch. I need another bellman. I need a cart. Can a luggage attendant bring me a cart? These 3 bags are too much. Oh my God. I gotta go a quarter of a mile pushing these on a highly quality cart. I deserve full health insurance. I deserve $15 to $20 an hour. I deserve tips. I deserve to not pay taxes on those tips. I don't do anything and I want everything. That's like God. It's
I don't know why you reminded me of Recruit George right there.
Oh, Recruit George, if you want to hear about him, go to listen to our basic training and boot camp podcast.
Oh my God, now I remember. Okay, so who was remember South Park?
Yeah.
Okay, who was the counselor?
Mr. Mackey?
Mr. Mackey. Okay, that's what Recruit George looked like. Mr. Mackey, but younger.
Oh, jeez.
He had like the same beaky nose. That's why it's like, man, this guy reminds me of like a Tweety bird.
Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. No wonder why you were laughing all the time. God, dang it. Yeah, just... Oh, dude, and here's another thing I hate about the unions. Like, here in Vegas, there's the bartenders union.
Yeah.
They literally have a website where they list all the properties that they're in, and then they list everybody who's not paying dues. And there's instructions to harass those people and to call them freeloaders because they are obviously just taking advantage of the system, and they're just getting everything for not paying dues.
Hey, all you freeloaders out there that are not paying your union dues, good job.
There's more for nothing, just like the union wants. They want more for nothing.
Exactly.
They and they have a image of this ugly person, and it says, "This is a scab. The scab is the lowest piece of scum on the earth. They are trash. Like, they go to work when work isn't working for you, they go and take your job from you." And I'm like, why, dude? Like, because there's somebody willing to do the work for less than you, and you're already overpaid anyway. So why are you making your situation worse? To me, you're making your situation worse. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I know there's people in Vegas that have never worked outside of Vegas, and y'all have it pretty good here. Like, you have good pay. You get an hour lunch most of the time that's paid for, and you get free food.
Yeah, that's for sure. Other places, no, dude.
Dude, have you worked at Walmart or something? I'm not saying trying to talk trash on Walmart. But I worked there. You get a half-hour break. You don't get paid. You got to bring your own lunch. And now I'm working this job where you get paid while you're on break.
Yep.
And you get free food.
Yep.
Not the best food all the time, but it's free.
Hey, can't go wrong with fucking 2 breads, some lunch meat, some lettuce, and tomato, some cheese.
Yeah.
Bam.
Or
lunch.
a salad or something.
Exactly.
Like, you should be eating healthy anyway, so.
Yeah, because I got fat.
Thanks, coronavirus.
Thanks, coronavirus.
But yeah, I went through a time where I got blocked on Twitter from the union. Yeah, Juan just dropped his phone. He was in shock. I got blocked on Twitter. They haven't blocked me on Facebook, but I think we need to do more when they have their marches. I'm at a point now where I'm ready to go down there and just trash them. Not physically. I'm not going to do anything violent. Don't worry, but.
Oh, we should just stand like in front of their march. Stand there with their hands with the sign. Fuck you, union. Go home.
Yeah.
Union, go. And just stand there. Just like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'll sue.
I'll use the union to sue.
Sue the union.
We went out one time, and I kind of when we went out to that one union march, because the union was getting ready to go into my hotel, so I wanted to go down. I wanted to be an ass to them, basically, but I was like too afraid because I was like, I don't want to lose my job, but. Because, dude, oh my God, my job was so easy and I was making so much money, and it was because of the union. I don't have it anymore. But, well, I quit. I could have not quit, but that's a complicated story. Anyways, but it was so funny because they were like, what do we want? And Juan was yelling, more money. And the people that were marching were laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you all marching? This is a serious thing if you're willing to block traffic on Las Vegas Boulevard. Take this more seriously. And then they'd be like, ¿Qué tú quieres? Or something. And then Juan would go, Más dinero in Spanish. And it was so funny. And I'm like, these people don't even care that much.
No, they don't. They were brainwashed as saying like, hey, you're going to get better, more money.
Yeah,
you're going to get better benefits if you join the union. These people are like, okay.
Dude, like you said, like brainwashing. That's where they get them. They get them from the time they get here because they offer all of those immigration services. Like, they're like, well, we're not recruiting them, but it's like, well, you're helping them get their immigration and you're helping them making it so they can work. So when they get to work, they're going to feel obligated to give to you.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, look, we got you here. You owe us.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep.
Give up the booty.
Yeah. Okay. And, that's the same thing. It's like the government teaches in public schools because the government runs the public schools because they want you to believe in the government. And that's why you don't really hear any bad government stuff in school. It's the same thing. They get them while they're young.
Except when they go to college, then they're like they really get fucked.
Yeah.
Students, because they really don't know what the fuck they're fighting for or what. They're like, women are being discriminated. It's like, wait, what? So it's just really, really confusing.
Dude, did you see, off topic a second, Triumph the Insult Comic Dog when he was at a college in New Hampshire? And he was talking to about
God.
safe spaces and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so funny. But yeah, oh God, I got an itch in my ear.
Damn, for next episode, we should talk about how all this PC bullshit's actually destroying the economy. Because look at comic books now. So many comic book shops have like shut down because no one's buying fucking PC comics.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to buy a comic book named fucking Safe Space and Snowflake? What the?
Hey,
beep?
there's people out there.
What?
Otherwise, they wouldn't have made it.
12?
Yeah.
12 fucking people?
22. One.
Okay, we'll go with 22.
22. And if you sell them at $1,000 a piece, that's 22 grand.
Yeah. I mean, they'll be happy that it came out, but they're not going to buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, they'll be like, mission accomplished, but they're not going to buy it.
Well, at least they didn't.
Look at it. Look at Asian Batman with Gay Alfred.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a new comic from DC.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Right now, Angel Filmmaker and Bryle Gav.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys are on that comic.
What?
Those guys are buying that comic, bro. Those guys are supporting Asian Batman and Gay Alfred.
That's so weird.
Because the chick who wrote this comic wanted to make it like a Crazy Rich Asians. I guess they had I've never seen that movie, but I guess there was a gay uncle in that movie.
I don't know. I've never saw it either.
Yeah, so I guess there was a gay uncle in that movie because that's what the girls doing that comic book said. And of course, Angel Filmmaker and Bryle Gav, they have to buy it because they're like big supporters of that kind of movement. So, but yeah, so I'm surprised. So once this podcast's over, we'll do some more research, and next podcast we'll talk about it.
All right. Yeah, we got off unions for a minute.
Yeah.
But if you're in a union and you're happy,
clap your hands.
Yeah. Oh, there was silence. Dang, I didn't even catch on that. But yeah, you threw me off my train. My train track has been derailed. So yeah, I guess if you're happy in a union, good for you. You're just making life bad for actual good working people. And I don't know. I mean, it's my dad was working construction when he was younger, and he said the same thing. He was like, we had work and we had work that needed to be done, but the union guys were like, we have to go on break now. And then they would just go on their break and they would slowly come back. And he said, like, while they were on break, he did like 3 of their jobs, and then they were like, oh, the work's done. So they wouldn't work because he did their job because he couldn't do what he needed to do until their work was done. And so, so yeah, if you're in a union, stop it. Nevada,
or let us know how great it is. I'd like to hear.
Yeah, let me hear about how you don't have to work as hard anymore and you get paid more by using coercive. Dang it, there's so much I want to say, but I can't right now because I've had a few drinks.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Like they use violence, dude. Like, how can that just not be a bad thing? Like, we're gonna block traffic. You're trying to go to your job at some other place, but we're gonna stop you from doing that because this company isn't union, or they're gonna try to stop patrons from going in and they can do this by law. Like, police can't do anything about it because it's written in the Wagner Act or something. Oh God, I gotta get studied up on it again.
I guess what Sean's trying to say is that we need to close it now.
Yep. So if you have any comments on unions, good or bad, let us know on Twitter at OIOPod. Juan was just looking at me like, this needs to stop.
Too much alcohol involved.
Facebook at OIOPod. You can email us at ohitsonpod@gmail.com. Go to the website, BLFX.com/OIO20, episode number 20, and let us know what you think there. Subscribe to the blog. Any last words you have, Juan?
Just make sure you guys stay frosty.
It's getting warm here in Vegas. And before you talk, make sure the microphone is not, oh God, my butt, on.